tired and things like that. And
You know, that's a good one. That's not necessarily true, but if you fall into the stereotype, then you would believe that. But there's more to a relationship than just sex.
Well, I think that's false because from personal experience, if my relationship was only about sex, then I wouldn't be this hurt right now for not having a Valentine.
A lot of times that's true. We are a sexual and emotional people, so that's kind of true, but overall I don't think so.
Well, you've heard it for yourself. Most do not agree with these statements. Regardless of what your opinion, show your love year-round, not only on Valentine's Day. Interesting news is that Wikipedia reports that Valentine's Day has been tagged as a sex holiday, and it has recently been referred to as a single awareness day. So whether you have a date or not, know that we are all loved by Jesus Christ.
Welcome back to This Week at the Lou. You guys, as you know, February marks Black History Month. How will you be celebrating this month?
Well, I think you should celebrate Black History every single day of the year, not just, not to wait just to the shortest month of the year. And I think, when I look at my grandmother or when I talk to my friends or when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm celebrating Black History every single day. What do you think, Chase?
Well, this year for Black History Month, I'm going to educate myself more on what Black people do. Believe it or not, there's a lot of things a lot of inventions that the Black man has created that we don't even know about simply because no one took our time to tell us. So I think that this month, I'm going to take time out for myself, educate myself more on my community, on my institution, me personally, on my history, where I come from, and how can I guess in other words, advocate for African Americans more.
Well, did you know that Black History Month originated in 1926? Famous person Carter G. Woodson, a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, founded Black History Week, Negro Week, and it later became Black History Month in 1976. Did you all know that?
I did not know that.
I know that. I heard mention of it, but I didn't know that it was that early in the century that he did that.
Well, no, I just thought the white man gave us the shortest month of the year.
Well, we did some statistics, and we found out that 80% of blacks aged 25 and older had a high school diploma in 2005. And the annual income in 2005 was $30,000. But in 1985, it was $25,000. So as a result, we've come a long way, a very long way, from people who was uneducated and from people who wasn't making any money to now. So what do you all feel about that?
I think we have came a long way, Marquise, but we still have a bit to go. I think that now the mentality is that people are settling for less. Yeah, you have a few people with money, but they're not trying to, I would say, continue the tradition. They're kind of, I guess in other words, complacent now where they are. And we need to kind of get in the mindset that we want to go beyond the BA or then to the master's and eventually to the PhD so that we can create companies and organizations that can advocate and pull the lower percentile of those people up to par.
You took my word. I was going to say complacent also. It just seems like and I'm speaking generally, we're only concerned with rims and videos and little hoochies on television. No offense to video girls, but that's how it is. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like no one in the elementary school wants to be a doctor or a lawyer. We want to be a rapper, NBA basketball player, or football player. So it shows the stereotypical image of the black man only being good for entertainment. We were the forefronters to inventions that we use every day, and people don't know about that, and they don't know that we inhabit just the true essence of being an intellectual.
Exactly. We come from kings and queens. Think about it. Even during slavery, we came up with the inventions. Dating all the way back to the Egyptians, we created the pyramids. We created medicines, Dr. Zulu in Africa. So there are a lot of things that black people do and still continually do, but we will never know that unless someone continues to tell the story. And guys, that's where we come in. We have to continue to tell the story of our people.
Well, what about voting? Because in 2004, only 64% of us voted. So I think we need to step it up a lot.
64% is a lot, though, coming from where we weren't encouraged to vote at all. And in some cases, we still have the theory that our votes were not being counted still today. So we have Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton running for president. I think that we're moving fast, but I don't know if the black community is prepared for the change that's about to take place.
It's about a lot of changes. And I think something too, we need to educate our people more
Yes.
on voting. Let them know that people died for this right. It's amazing that I was talking to a child a couple of weeks ago, and I asked him who Medgar Evers was, and he had no idea. And it hurt my heart, but at the same time, I had to educate him on that. So it's very important that I think that we educate people on the importance of voting, and especially this election that's coming up, because these are going to be drastic changes for African Americans, especially changes in demographics and things like that.
Well, again, another thing I found out in 2005, only 2.5 million people were registered for college. 15 years earlier, it was only 1 million. So we've been progressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm extremely proud, but we do have a long way to
Still a
go.
long way to go.
We're not free yet.
Yep.
So I thought the conversation went really well. I found a lot of things about it. So we're going to take a quick break, but thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in just a bit this week at the Lou.
Hello, my name is Tara, giving you your campus profile. Today we're here with the SARS OSS program. The Center for Student Advising and Retention One-Stop Service was established in 1994 with a grant from the Southern Education Foundation Charitable Trust to oversee the planning, implementation, and management of academic advising, student retention, and other related services.
We are the main coordinator of all the services that the college has to offer. So if you have a problem or a situation, then you come to us. It doesn't make any difference if you're having problems in a dormitory, in a classroom, or just in general. If you're having problems and you don't know what to do, we are the place that students come, and then we try to help you sort through them. That may mean we refer you to a counselor, the college counselor. It may mean that we refer you to an outside consultant. It may mean we send you to financial aid. It could mean you go to the registrar's office. Any of support services that are here on campus, our office can locate them and connect you with it.
The office is located upstairs in the Alumni House. Let One Stop do the work for you. For more information, you can contact Ms. Gloria Watson at 601-977-6136. This is Tara with your campus profile. See ya!
Welcome back to This Week at the Lou. Joining us today, we have Mr. Gino Lee, the owner of Big Apple Inn Restaurant, the place where it makes you happy that you're hungry. Hello, Mr. Gino Lee. How are you doing today?
Great, Marquise. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I just wanted to get some basic information about you and your business today.
Okay.
Tell us, how did Big Apple Inn get its name?
Well, there's a few different stories about how it got its name. We opened up in 1939, and at that time it was said that there was a popular dance out called the Big Apple. And when my great-grandfather opened it up, he couldn't think of a name, and so he loved that dance, so he named it the Big Apple Inn. That's what was said.
Okay, that's very interesting. You know, you have a lot of competitors out there, so tell us, how is Big Apple Inn different from its competitors?
Well, if you consider other restaurants competitors, we don't, because a competitor is somebody who you compete to sell the same kind of thing. We sell nothing that nobody else has.
Okay.
You know, our menu is completely different than anybody else in the city of Jackson, or maybe anybody else in the world has. Nobody else that I know of sells a pig ear sandwich,
right,
or sells a smoked sausage sandwich the way we sell it. You know, hot tamales, other different things that we have on our menu. You know, I think that's what makes us unique, and not too many people can go somewhere else and get what we have.
Well, I've never tried a smoked sausage sandwich or a pig ear sandwich, and we have some samples today, so I'm very excited about trying those. But tell us, what's the history behind Big Apple Inn?
Well, in the early 1930s, my great-grandfather, they called him Big John. His name was Juan Mora, came from Mexico, and was never legal here, which isn't popular right now, I guess, shouldn't say that. But came here to Jackson in the early 1930s and pushed a hot tamale cart up and down Ferry Street.
Wow.
And that's how he made his living. You know, made tamales and pushed them up and down Ferry Street, and saved up $50 and opened up the business. And in fact had to borrow part of that $50 to open up the business. And he sold tamales out of the business in 1939. And then the smoked sausages and pig ears and everything else came later. So we're probably, if not one of the oldest restaurant in the city of Jackson.
Wow, so how was your first pig ear sandwich?
When I started down there about 20 years ago, everybody knew that I could make pig ears. Everybody knew we did make pig ears. There was a a white gentleman that came in there and asked me if I actually ate a pig ear sandwich. I'd been working there about 5 years. And I told him, no, I'd never tried one. And he said, well, you make them, but don't try them. So he stood on top of one of the tables, and the place was packed. And he made me stand out there with him on the top of the table and try a pig ear sandwich in front of all my other customers.
Wow.
Which I tried it, and it was good. It tastes kind of like, I guess like bacon that's not